to my channel. Today we are going to be working with this fabulous snowman wreath that Dollar Tree brought out for this Christmas. It's crazy cool, the stuff that they're putting out. I am so impressed, and it's incredible that this is only $1. This is, as you can see, a wire form shaped in a snowman. See, I don't know if I could get it in. No, I can't. I cannot get it into the frame if I stand it up. But here's his body with his little arms. Look at his little arms. And his head with a top hat, which I think is the cutest little thing. It's not just two round forms. It is absolutely a snowman, undeniable, with that top hat and his little arms. I've chosen to do, of course, all mesh in white. I have some green and red. I haven't decided what his scarf is going to be. Black for the top hat. And I have a little bit of this spotted with white that I may do a little bit on the very tippy top of his hat to simulate that there's snow on there. I think it'll look really cool. So that's our project for today. Let's get to it. All right, so let's start getting ready. I have 2 rolls of the white. I'm going to start with the body first. I have white pipe cleaners, and these are not as easy to find as I thought they were going to be. I figured, hey, how hard could it be? It was hard. I found them on Amazon. A pack of 100. Yeah, pack of 100 for, I think it was either $5.99 or $6.99. And this one brought their own scissors. Okay, so I'm going to grab a few because I don't need 100, obviously. I cut them in half, and I'll use them as I go. I will pull out more and cut them as I need. Then I just grab it, put it in half. Let's see how good these scissors are. Double the amount because I don't need that big, and actually even these are too big, but it makes it easier to work with. And my little work mat is very dirty. I should really clean it since I'm working with white. So I'm just going to cut all these in half for now. Good starting point. I'm going to use these same scissors for the mesh. Alright, so I've got pipe cleaners done. All these are, except for the pipe cleaners, all this is from Dollar Tree. The snowman wreath form, the mesh, it's all from Dollar Tree. So I don't know how many of these I'm going to end up using, but I bought like 10 of them because I don't want to run out and then not be able to find the white. The white doesn't come around very easy. All right. So we'll start with this. Now, my experience has always been 8 inches works out really good. So I'm going to put down my ruler so that I don't know if you can see my ruler. It's pink on pink, which my ruler. I don't know if it comes on screen or not. So know, just using a regular ruler, I'm gonna run it out 8 inches. Now the thing about mesh, when you cut mesh, it gets all distorted and you end up with these really weird lines, you know, so you just have to cut it as straight as you can. And then I just let it curl onto itself and put it to the side, and then I just keep going. Alright, so I'm going to cut up all of this. Again, I go to 8 inches. Okay, you're not going to let me, are you? 8 inches. Try to cut it as straight as I can, if I can get this out of my finger. Here we go. Alright. And you just keep doing that every 8 inches until you feel that you've got enough of these to get started. So I'm going to do 2 rows I'm going to cut up, and then we're going to start putting it on. Okay, we're ready to start. I have my little rolls here. Okay. I like to do 2 at a time. If I have different colors, I'll do 3 at a time. And I just put them together, scrunch the middle. This. Grab it with your pipe cleaner and do a twist. That makes it nice and tight. Right like that. Now what's going to happen is we're going to come, oops, I'm going to start right at the little hand, okay? And I'm going to put it in between the 2 circles of his body. And twist. I didn't get it tight enough. I'm trying to do this without moving it too much. Usually I just turn it over and twist it and then turn it back over, and I'm trying to do it for the camera. And see, there it is, okay? And then as I go along, it'll start getting tighter and tighter because I'll bunch them together and tighten it up. So here's another 2. Scrunch them together in the middle. Have your pipe cleaner, wrap it around. Tie it together nice and tight. Come back down here, and now I'm going to do on the inside, right next to that one. There we go. I'll put it in there, and nice and tight. Now I'll tighten the other side, which I'm not used to doing from here, so I'm going to leave it alone for now. Okay. One more, and then we'll do a little speeding so that you don't have to sit here watching me do this. I like to make my little tubes nice and tight. There we go. Tight. Put your pipe around. And tight. There we go. And back to the other side. And that's pretty much what I'm going to keep doing, is basically one on this side, one on this side, one on this side, one on this side, and just keep filling it up all the way. And I will just keep working at this, and I'll be back when it's full. Okay, so now we have the whole bottom done, as you can see. And he's starting to look really, really pretty. I have to move this down a little bit. There we go. Here's the bottom. Now for the top here, I am going to cut the mesh in 4-inch instead of 8-inch, so that it's not so big and bushy that you can't see the definition. And I will cut them in 4 inches, continue to fill it in, and then we'll do the same thing as here on the top hat with black. And then I'll come back and we'll finish off with his little scarf that I'm thinking, instead of mesh, maybe a nice pretty Christmas ribbon, a nice wired ribbon may be better for the scarf. Okay, and his little hands, by the way. I will put the black on his little hands. Alrighty, I'll be right back. So we're leaving this top, right, and putting on around both the black, putting one after the other. I pre-made a few, as you saw, so that I don't have to stop and do it every time. But even though I will probably have to stop, I doubt I did enough. I just don't have enough space to do it all in one shot. And by the way, I didn't tell you about the black pipe cleaners in the supply list in the intro. I'm sorry about that. I didn't even think about the black until I started cutting the black. And then I realized that I needed the black. All right, make sure you stay under. See, it's all dark, so it's hard to see. There's this right here, which is the edge of the hat. We're gonna go under that. We're gonna wrap that with some pipe cleaners. And that's why we have black pipe cleaners. All right, and we're gonna continue this all the way around here, right? You want this covered, so I'm going to go all the way around here to here, right? Because then this will come up and cover it up. But right now, we're just going to go right to here at the edge of my hat. And then we'll start wrapping around and filling it in up here. I may have to stop and cut some more, obviously. we are ready to put that a little, there we go. Now we're ready to fill in the hat, which is basically, once again, the same thing. Except here we're going to do, kind of hard doing this and keep it in here because this is really big. It's bigger than my workspace. All right, so we're going to do one on the outside. One in the middle, or maybe not the middle because it's not the middle, but you know, the next post. Okay. We're going to go across to the next post. And that's basically what we're going to do. Just every post, those 4 posts across. That'll fill it in right there. And then one on the last post. Right there. Okay? Right there. And we're going to do that all the way across up to here, and including here. Or maybe not. Let's see once we get there. Because I'm thinking that maybe these two will be the one with the snow. Okay? So I'm going to keep working back and forth to see just how full this is and whether I want to do solid black and just the white here or just both of these with the white. Okay? So I'm going to keep working and I'll be back. Okay? Now, what I did here was cut this 6 inches long and then cut it in half so that they're 3 inches each. Now, it sounds like I did a double, but I tried just cutting strips of 3 inches and they were not the same size. Don't ask. Who knows? Lord knows I'm terrible at measuring. But anyway, as long as you end up with 3 inch of these little guys. And I did this like this and folded one end, and scrunch, scrunch, scrunch like a little burrito. Okay? And you have like these little wing tips. And it's very similar to, I'm sure a lot of crafters do this. I saw it by a lady called Hardworking Mom, and she does beautiful wreaths. She calls it starburst or sunburst, something like that. But they have these little peaks like that. Okay? So we don't want the, oops, I ran out of my little cut ones. We don't want the ones with the white dots to overwhelm. So I may do some solid black in between. I don't know, I have to see, once I have it on there, I'll have a better idea of what I need to do. Got one more of these. 6 of these would be good. Because these are, as you can see, they're lighter. They're not as bulky because they're smaller. So it's not going to cover as much as the solid ones do. See if you want to see the difference here. lot bigger. So I may need to put some of this in between, we'll see. Again, sometimes it's just you got to play with it because it doesn't always work out how you have it in your head, which is what I'm doing. I'm making it up as I go along. I don't have a lot of time, especially this time of the year. It's holiday season and it just marks the beginning of the madness for retail, and I work in retail, so I don't have a lot of time. So I have to figure it out as I go along. I mean, I have a picture in my head of what I want him to look, but doesn't necessarily mean he's going to come out that way. And this one fell out. I didn't scrunch it right. That won't work. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to keep making my little bundles. I just wanted to show you that I did these a little different from the solid black and the solid white. And I just wanted to let you know so that when you saw me put it on, you didn't realize that there was a step you missed. So there it is. I'm going to keep doing these and I will be right back. So I have here options for the scarf. I tried doing it with mesh and it is a mess because the mesh just grabs onto the other mesh and it starts to unravel and it starts sticking all over it. X-nay on that because I was about to throw this against the wall. So I have like some burlap. I have this nice satin ribbon. Everything is from Dollar Tree. The red and black check I like, and the solid red. Now I did think about maybe some of the tulle, but I think I'm going to have the exact same problem that I had trying to do the mesh on mesh. This is just going to get caught up in the mesh, and again, it makes me want to throw it against the wall. We don't want to do that, so I think I'm going to eliminate that. And of course, I have 2 different colors of pipe cleaners to tie it on. I think I'm going to eliminate that one. I think I'm going to do these 2 in, you know, together, layered together, and do that as the scarf. So let's see how that works out. Of details. Now you can leave it as it is. You can put eyes on it. I would say I tried googly eyes and he looks a little too funky right now. He's a little too elegant for that. And I'm looking at the screen on the camera and it looks like this black blob there, but in person it actually does look like a hat. little and see if you can tell that the hat, it is shaped as a hat. And it does look like a snowman with a hat. Now, I think I'm going to give it a try and see if I can get some big round black buttons and maybe try to make a carrot nose with some orange yarn and some smaller buttons as a smile. But to be honest with you, I think I like him just as it is. I'm not sure I want to put a face on him. I think he looks really cool the way he is. And I may just leave him there. And then let me just go in a little closer so you can see his little hands that were done with the, basically just wrapping the wire with the pipe cleaners, the black shiny pipe cleaners. Okay, there he is. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any comments or suggestions, what I can do to it, how can I make it better. Be glad to hear it. Thanks a lot. Have a good one, everybody. Annyeong.